All right, so now we're going to talk about how do we solve compound inequalities. So we've seen what a compound inequality was and we graphed it. But now, if we have a problem, like an algebraic problem, how do we solve that? So here we want to earn a B in our algebra course, and we must achieve an unrounded test average between 84 and 86 inclusive. So if we were to write just the simple compound inequality, that would be 84 is less than or equal to, because we're between and we have the and. We're going to put it, I'm going to put T for test score, less than or equal to 86. And the inclusive just means the equal to. All right, so we're between those two numbers. You scored an 86, 85, and 80 on the first three tests. What are the possible scores you can earn for the fourth and final test in order to earn a B for the course? So for my test, I'm going to be doing S for score plus, put it back, 86 plus 85 plus 80, because when we're finding averages, we have to add up our scores and divide by the number of scores. So there will be 4 scores. Right now we have 3, but the fourth test will make a fourth. So that's my expression that I'm solving for. And I know that that's going to be less than or equal to 86 and technically greater than or equal to, even though I'm writing the less than, but this expression is greater than 84. So I've now just taken that expression and replaced my T with the finding of the averages. From here, it's like solving an inequality, an equation. And we're going to go through those steps of, do you need to distribute? Do we have same side like terms? Do we have variables on both sides? Now, the difference is whatever I do to the middle, I will end up doing to outsides. So we're going to start by combining like terms. So the 84 stays. S is going to be plus 86 plus 85 plus 80 is 251. There it is. Oh no. My pen had disappeared. 251. All of that divided by 4 is less than or equal to 86. All right, so now this is where we get to where what I do to the middle, to get rid of something in the middle, I have to do to both outsides. So to get rid of this divide by 4, I'm going to multiply by 4. So I've got to multiply the 84 by 4, and that's going to give us 336. Oh, that's where it went. 336 less than or equal to S plus 251. That one went away. Is less than or equal to, I'm going to take the 86 times 4. And 86 times 4 is 344. Now, most students make a mistake because they don't do it to both of the outsides. You have to do it to all pieces equally. All right, from here, to get the S by itself, we're going to do the opposite of adding 251, and we're going to subtract 251 from both or all 3 positions, however you want to think about it. So 336 minus 51 is 85, less than or equal to our S, less than or equal to 344 minus 251 is 93. So that means we need a test score between an 85% and a 93%. That's how we solve an compound inequality. So that's how that one works. Now what about an or compound inequality? And we're asked to graph the solutions. So 3t plus 2 is less than negative 7, or negative 4t plus 5 is less than 1. Guess what? This one is just solve each inequality as you would solve an inequality. So I'm going to start with this first one. 3t plus 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So now I have 3t is less than, and negative 7 minus 2 is a negative 9. And then we're going to divide both sides by 3. So now I have that t is less than -3. So that's the first one. And then I come over to the second one. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides to make that become a 0. And we're left with -4t is less than 1 minus 5 is -4. And then we're going to divide by -4. And so t will be less than -4 divided by -4 is 1. And so from here, we just have to graph. And so we have -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went longer than I was expecting. I think I have to have oh, we divided by a negative. I'm like, something happened. When we divide by a negative, we have to flip our symbol. That's what happened. And so when we divided by that -4, t became greater than 1. So that was my bad. But I knew something was up because I was not going in 2 separate directions. So don't forget that when we divide by a negative coefficient, that we're going to end up with not only, our symbol flips. So it went from less than to greater than. All right. Neither of these have the equal to, so we are just going to draw circles on the -3 and the 1, and then because it's or, and the fact that t is less than 3, so these are the numbers less than 3, and 1 is greater, or t is greater than 1, so we want numbers greater than 1, but these end up going in opposite directions because it is an or.